TV live on Twitch. And I have to say, the atmosphere in here has turned into a wee bit of a sauna. Courting absolutely smashed it. If you missed that, you've only got yourself to blame. But don't worry, some more excitement on the way in the form of Jaws the Shark. Ollie Bailey, a.k.a. Grab That Mic, mate. Come join me.
What's going on?
Yes. So this is exciting because this will be your second ever gig.
Yeah, with as Jaws the Shark, it will be. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call the first one even a gig, to be honest. This is way more of a thing.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I mean, all the fans that turned up for your first one are crying their heart out right now.
Yeah, they're all, this is all my best mates.
So what was that? Because like you literally formed this project in lockdown. So this baby's not even a year old. No,
less than. Probably, I think I put the first bit of music out in June of last year. So no, not even. Probably started writing it around May last year.
Wow, so this is really new, and you've done your first gig. How did the first gig go?
It was good. It was good, actually. I mean, it was all socially. I think it was in October. It was 2 days after my birthday. It was in October.
Nice.
October 3rd. It was. And
so your birthday's on the 1st of October.
It is,
just a little hint there for any Twitchers there.
A little bit of math. Yeah, it was good. Like I say, I mean, it was socially distanced, so everyone was in. They were sat down, which is obviously not the way anyone envisions the first one to go. But yeah, more nerve-wracking, if anything, that actually, I would say.
But we've got to, because I think it's an incredible story how this started, because originally you were, well, before lockdown, you were a tour manager.
Yeah.
So you were on the other side of the scenes.
Yeah.
But you always had these, like, songs knocking about, or...
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've always been there. It's just, touring's a difficult one, really. You're always away, always on the road, and don't really get an awful lot of time to sit down and write, let alone record. So
yeah, because is it weird if a tour manager brings their own guitar on the tour?
I've never done it. I don't know if it'd be weird. There's always plenty knocking about, but you just don't have time to play them, to be honest. But no, it's all right. But yeah, I had to start this because I was sort of itchy feet really when all the touring stopped, and then.
So yeah, you went back to Devon. Devon's your hometown then?
Yeah, I'm from Devon originally.
Whereabouts in Devon?
A little town called Cullumpton.
That sounds fake. That sounds like Balamory.
It does sound fake. No.
Cullumpton. What happens
It's all
there?
made of plastic. It's no, it's just off the M5 en route to Exeter.
Oh, okay. So
if you know it.
Exeter Chiefs, all that
yeah,
stuff. Yeah. I've heard of it, mate.
Doing well.
Clearly showing my rugby allegiances here.
There you go. You know more than me.
So you went back there and you just started writing while you're in lockdown in Devon, and this just came about.
Yeah, out of boredom, probably.
It's better than a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Firstly, I downloaded Football Manager.
Ooh.
On my laptop, and I was like, "This will see the lockdown out."
Yeah.
If you've ever played it, you know you lose years on that.
Oh, it sucks your life away.
Yeah, so I thought this is me.
What team did you start as?
Well, United, because I'm a United fan.
Yes, mate. Welcome, welcome to the greatest city in the world.
But what it was, I actually downloaded the trial version because I haven't played it in years, and I was like, right, I need to see what we're dealing with here.
Of course.
And then I think it was. You don't really get as many sort of openings in the game as you would, if you paid full whack for it. So the trial ended, and I was like, right,
guess I start a band.
Better start writing some music now. Then better get off.
Wow,
get off my arse.
So Jaws the Shark wouldn't exist if Football Manager was cheaper. It's an incredible thing to think.
Probably.
I had a great actually from one of the Twitchers that the MC Naughty, ooh la la. Is the band name a Jaws reference or a Peep Show reference?
It is, yeah.
It's a Peep Show reference.
It is, yeah. There's an episode where Sophie's having a baby.
Yes.
If for anyone doesn't know Peep Show, Sophie's one of the main characters. She's having a baby, and they're away, and she needs to get to the hospital, and Jez has been up all night drinking and he can't drive. And then Mark walks in on him when he's watching Jaws. And he goes, "Oh, I'm watching Jaws." And then Mark says, "The film's called Jaws, not The Shark." And he goes, "Of course the shark's called Jaws. Jaws the Shark. Here comes..."
I love
the whole
it.
monologue. And then I was like, that's it really, isn't it? I was probably watching Peep Show at the time when I was thinking about
what band
I watch
names and
it
stuff.
pretty much every day, so
See, I thought this was just because you're really into sharks.
that as well. I am.
Tell me your favourite shark fact.
Ooh.
Well, that was very Partridge.
Well, the fastest one in the ocean is the mako shark.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mako shark.
Mako shark.
Why is it so fast? Tell me more.
I don't know.
Well,
Nature.
ironically, there's a bit of there's not that much depth to the old shark facts. I'm finding out.
Why is it so fast? Fastest fish is a sailfish.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, by name.
Yeah.
Like, I thought a flying fish would be faster, although they're the same thing.
No, it's completely different.
Are you quite into your aquatics?
Yeah, definitely.
Ladies, you hear that?
No,
But
no.
I thought this was all about. I thought you were just dead into your films because you're called Jaws the Shark, and your first single you put out was Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Never made that connection myself, but yeah.
You hadn't made that connection.
Well,
Like, it's on
I
the
knew
paper.
Mission Impossible was a film, but it wasn't. I didn't sort of put the Jaws and that. Both dramatic though.
Both are dramatic.
them that.
Well, I've got a little game for us involving shark-based films because I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of absolute crap films
Oh,
about
do you
sharks
know
out
that?
and about.
I watched one the other day.
Did
I won't
you-
say it in case it's
You
part
might
of
have
your
seen it.
question.
So I'm gonna give you a few shark films. You got to tell me if they're real or not. So if I've made them up or if someone's actually created these.
What, the name of the film?
No, I'm going to give you a synopsis as well. Don't you worry.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, there we go. So the first one is Sand Sharks. A group of teenagers on spring break gathered on their island of White Sands for a festival. Chaos ensues when one of them falls prey to a prehistoric predator. What are we saying? Straight away, someone's saying true on here, but I don't want to give it away.
That sounds great. I'd
Sounds
watch
great.
that.
You're into this.
Yeah, I hope it's true because I want to watch it. I want to find out what's cool.
Because you're big into
Sand
sharks in the sea. You're like, on a sand,
Anywhere.
double bubble.
You know.
Okay, people are saying we've got some false in from Warrington Lurd 666. Brian's BSV promotion saying it's true. It was true. That is a real film. Well done. The
Yes.
next one, Earth Sharks. A group of teenagers go camping when strange marks on the trees lead to mysterious disappearances. They begin to suspect they're not alone in the woods and are being stalked by a mythical creature.
No, that doesn't sound very sharky.
It doesn't sound, well, and Sand Sharks was really sharky for you, was it, mate?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not thinking.
It was.
You're not thinking the success of Sand Sharks. They're
don't
thinking,
know.
where can we take this?
Well, they've got to be walking now if they're in woods, haven't they? Stalking.
What were they doing on the sand?
Don't know. You know, you get little beings living in the sand.
Well, fine. You've right to pick holes in it because that was mine. That's not real. Well done to MC Naughty as well and to Space Gavant. Well done. Sand is more plausible than the bloody woods, Jack. Oh, like we did
There
there
you
because that's
go.
my name. Ghost Shark. When a
Yes.
great shark is killed by a fisherman, it decides to hang about and launch a series of paranormal attacks as revenge. Ooh, vengeful sharks. I feel like sharks are quite vengeful. They got those eyes.
That does sound awesome.
Does sound
I would
good.
watch that.
I mean, if it's
all
not
day
real,
long.
we can make it.
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
go false in the hope that we do.
Oh, well, I've tricked you there because it's real. Oh, sorry
Well,
about
it's
that.
a win-win.
I mean, it's great.
It's a win-win.
Sharknado incoming. You'd think that, but it's too obvious. I'm sorry, Fergal Hartnett. No chance. I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole. The final one. Shark of Wall Street. A Wall Street stock worker sells his soul to the devil to make it big in the world of stocks. But his deal makes him bloodthirsty. And with each victim, he turns more and more into a shark.
All right. Yeah, I mean that's false.
Whoa. Why are you saying it's false? I mean, I think whoever came up with that genius idea deserves at least an Oscars nom.
Yeah, it is true. It's very inventive, but again, you should make it.
I should do. So there we go. It was not real, so kind of disappointed in that. So you've got, the first thing we brought out was Mission Impossible, and I like the video you shot. Was that around your house?
Yeah, that was just for a bit of a laugh, really. It was, you know.
I see why you did a lockdown there, because there's a scene where you're doing some guitaring in the old jacuzzi.
In a hot tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. I mean, lockdown was
all right.
really hard, mate.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision going back there. That or my little flat in London.
in
I
London.
know.
Oh, what we're going to do? And there were
know.
some chickens and one did a poo on you.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, if
happens
you've
a
not
lot.
watched the video, it's Attenborough Heat, baby. Attenborough Heat.
Yeah, it's all just shot on an iPhone.
Really?
Like, and you know, just like I say, I mean, you couldn't really do a lot else. That was the first lockdown, so you couldn't really do a lot else. Then you were literally just sort of, you know, confined to your area.
Yeah. And
fortunately, I had some greenery around and was able to, you know.
So when that was the
use
first song you put out, was it quite nervous to put that out as a tour manager? You work with loads of different artists, and suddenly you're going, "Hey guys, I'm like you," sort of thing. Was that tricky?
Yeah, that was the nervy thing, to be honest, because no one ever really knows me in that capacity or knew me in that capacity. I mean, I started off doing like in bands and stuff when I was really young years ago, but then went into the other side of the music industry as a tour manager and stuff, and so everybody that I know knows me in that capacity. So I was quite nervous putting stuff out, but then just thought, let's
give
just
it a
do
go.
Why
it's
not?
lockdown. Why
and here
not?
I am.
It's work. Did you think it would just be like the one song? Did you see it being this whole project?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a lot, to be honest with you. Like you had nothing to do, so I was writing every day. And I probably came up with a lot of songs in a short amount of time. And so, I just had them backed up. I knew that I was going to put that out, and originally I was just going to sort of just keep putting them out every couple of weeks, really.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about it, and then I did sort of sit down and think, well, why not actually just try and do this properly, get a bit of structure to it, and make it a thing. And so yeah, that's what's happened.
And you've written about some interesting subjects, like can we talk about Andy Gray, which is?
If you want to. Yeah.
Can you explain who Andy Gray is for anyone that doesn't know who Andy Gray is?
He's he used to be a football pundit. I mean, he still is actually. I think in like Dubai.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, he got fired for making some inappropriate comments.
They're a little bit risque. Yeah,
Risque.
we don't approve of those sort of things.
No. And yeah, I'd never really set out to write a song specifically about that guy. I remember writing that song in the kitchen and just sat there, and I had this melody, and it was the melody of what it is now, and I just couldn't get the word grey or the name grey out of my head, and I just sort of thought.
So you're like, do we go 50 Shades?
The colour
do we
isn't.
go Andy?
Yeah, you could go 50 Shades. The colour grey isn't that exciting.
No.
So I thought I need something with a little bit of colour, not necessarily grey, but colour in the subject.
Oh, I like it though, because are you worried that Andy Gray might hear it and be offended by you? No, take
he
it down.
offended plenty of people.
Exactly. Now, this is his comeuppance in musical form. It's a tune, though, to be fair. So, in a way, he could listen to it and quite enjoy it.
Yeah, well, let's say it, but I doubt it. Very much doubt it. But
the MC Naughty says, I saw an awesome cover of Andy Gray on Instagram yesterday. Wink, wink. Do you know anything about this?
That was him. Yeah,
that was him. He covered it. Your song's already been covered.
Yeah, and he did it. I've got another song called Demon Dream. He did a cover of that. It's better than mine.
Should have brought him up today.
Yeah,
would have worked. So, yeah. Well, that's I mean, I think it's just amazing that you've used this time in such a positive way when everyone else was just using jigsaws and bits like that. Let's say when the lockdown kind of ends, what's the plan? Are you going to go back to being a tour manager? Are you going to carry on with the project, or are you going to try and balance both? Yeah,
probably. I mean, I still speak to a lot of I'm quite close with a lot of the bands that I've worked with, and so. Yeah, I will probably do both. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a slow transition back into things, I think, which will help me and everyone sort of find their feet a little bit. But, I don't know, really. I mean, it's one of those things you sort of cross the bridge. But I want to continue doing this for I love it. So it's a new string to the bow. And
is it quite clever, really, being a tour manager and then being like, hey, guys, you should bring someone on support. I know this really good band. I don't know who... JawstheShark. Weird name, I know. But let's give them a go. And then you just turn up the next day in a hat.
Yeah. It's me, like a Sherlock Holmes sort of fake moustache.
And throughout the tour, you're never seen in the same room. And I'm very surprised.
Yeah. No, I mean, is it clever? I don't know. It never crossed my mind because I never really started it with the vision of it getting that far. It just sort of has happened that, it is. And so that will have to be crossed as and when. But yeah, I'm sure that there's always a solution to it.
And how's it been transitioning into something that you've created in your kitchen, in your bedroom, to performing it live? Because it was just you originally, and what's the live setup now? What are we expecting to see in a bit?
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to keep it as small as possible setup wise. One, because I think a 2-piece is kind of it's a good look, I think. And also, when you're starting out, it's really expensive to tour and to get up country and do stuff. So the less stuff you can do,
This tour manager knowledge is paying off.
Well,
mate.
I know, I made the budget. So the less stuff that you can take, the less people you can have, the easier it is to do that. And then also because I've been writing and recording all the parts myself, you know. So I stick all the bass and BVs and things on a laptop. So we've basically got like a digital bass player.
There's a lot of bass players out there quivering in their boots right now.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell them they can do this.
You wait till I discover the drum machine. No, but it's me that records all the bass parts. And I try and keep them sort of relatively loose in the recording so that when they're played live, it's not just like a complete rip of the audio of the song. So it's just, so it is almost like there is somebody actually. So there might be like sort of minor mistakes and little tweaks that might be needed, but that's just the sort of raw energy, and that is what live
Do you have to stop yourself then re-recording those parts? Like, because I'd be going insane being like, oh, I've heard this annoying bit and I want to change it. But
no, I mean, when I'm sort of doing all my nonsense over the top of it, I rarely hear it anyway, to be honest with you. So, I mean, unfortunately, you lot will, but...
How far in the past was this, like, bass lines, like, recorded then? So that's what's interesting. Do you
Well,
record them fresh each time?
No, I sort of... I've got my friend Elliot drumming with me this evening, and he's drummed on some of the recordings. But, you know, I usually will I just use the same recordings that I would have used when I recorded it. I mean, I don't try then and go and finesse them usually or whatever. I just give it, you know,
just keep it loose, baby. Keep it loose.
Baby.
I've had a question in from M. Bantam. He says, what's your go-to drunken karaoke song? So this isn't your normal one. This is your go-to drunken one.
Oh, man. I mean, there's a few. I love karaoke, especially drunken karaoke.
Yeah. It just enhances the experience. Gold Spandau Ballet.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to get those notes, though. I'm on All That She Wants by Ace of Base.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's a guy doing the vocals? Whoa, it's crazy. He must be cool.
I like Say It Ain't So by Weezer. That's always a really good one.
That's got a good little bit of a
good
chorus.
sing-along, that one.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, and everyone sings that as well, so you're not alone
do.
when you're doing that one.
It's on the best Weezer album. Yeah, that's the way. Get the crowd
You
to
don't
do the
sing
hard
it then.
work.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we're going to get from here. So
Yeah.
there's no crowd to sing along with you tonight. So,
No,
well, there is. They're on Twitch, and you might not be able to hear them. But do try singing along if you can. There we go. See, I mean, it's working already. Charlie Drum's already jumped straight into it. Is there any other ones?
Well, I remember my friend Jim was in a band called Tribes, and they have a song.
Sappho?
Yeah. And we were children. And I remember singing karaoke with him with that song actually once.
Did he sing his own song in karaoke?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know how I think about that.
But he was forced to because I was singing it to him,
Okay.
shouting, screaming at him.
There we go. I mean, that's quite cool to have like a little... Oh, they're coming back soon as well, aren't they? There you go. Do you tour manage them?
No.
Oh, okay, so you can't like, sneak yourself as a sports slot. You never know. Will we ever see a Matt Bigland times Ollie Bailey Say It Ain't So cover?
That has happened a few times. Not like playing it, but again, karaoke-wise, that's numerous times.
Are you going to be doing any covers tonight?
No.
No.
So we've put out, well, there's 4 songs on, you know, streaming platforms that people have access to, but we're playing 12, so there's a large number of songs that people won't have heard. So I know that people don't really know who I am, and you know, that's either good or bad. I don't know. We'll see at the end of it.
I mean, you've already got a set's worth of songs like under your belt, and you've only been going since June. Like, is there an album in the highlights already? Can you see that coming?
No, there's definitely an album's worth, more than really. It's just sort of again, it's just sort of figuring out when to put it out and what, you know, which order to put the tracks out really.
Okay, out of the bands that you've tour managed, who would you most likely to want to go on tour with? This is going to be controversial now.
Well, Elliot, the drummer today, I did tour manage his band Yak. I don't know if that'd fit as well.
That's a good excuse
me the
there.
finger.
He
Well, not his band then.
He flipped you the bird. But, I mean, I think that's going to be heated. I want to see that on the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So see, there you go. I mean, you've got the drummer already.
All of them, to be fair. I think there's quite a few of them that would be a good fit. And like I say, I'm good friends with all of them, in fact, you know, throughout the years. So I think, you know, it could probably seamlessly fit onto any of them.
A very non-committal response there. How politically correct. How lovely. Now, I knew that you started off in the music biz selling merch. You were a merch guy. Was that with Dinosaur Pile-Up?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
How did you know that?
Because I've done my research, mate. I've seen through your window.
That was.
So I was wondering, can you try, because you have to be a salesman to do that, don't you? Can you try and sell me that cup? Like I don't know if I want this. Okay, I'm coming into your shop. What are you selling? What's his shop do? Are you JawstheShark? Is that from Peep Show?
So there's a guy, he's carrying glass into the venue. It's a non-glass venue. Sorry, mate, you can't have that. You have to put that in there.
I mean, that's easily as breakable as glass, though, isn't it, really?
It doesn't matter. It's China.
It's China. That's just, if anything, that's more dangerous.
Well, you be the judge.
Fine. Do you know what? On your head be it when I smash it on someone's head.
I don't know. That question threw me right out.
But then, so what age were you like selling merch for these like bands?
I don't know.
Those cups sell themselves. Big up Scruff of the Neck cups. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I started pretty young, to be fair. I was probably like 21, 22. I don't know. Sometime around.
Was that like an exciting way to sort of be part of like the touring thing? Is that the way to build up to be a tour manager? Like, how'd you get into that?
Yeah, that way. To be honest with you, it was just sort of. There is no real set way, I don't think. You've got to kind of just go in and learn these things as you go. Well, that's certainly how I did. Whether that's the right way or not, I don't know. But, you learn a lot from other people, ultimately. And then you sort of take that into your own, life and try and build from there. It's a lot of it happens out of, like, necessity, to be honest with you, because someone will leave a position and then one becomes open and then you sort of get thrust into it and then you're, like, on your way.
Easy done. What have you learned from working in the music industry that's helping you as an artist?
I mean, it can be a very like dog eat dog and stressful and time consuming industry. So a lot of the time, it sounds very cliche, but just try and have fun with it, to be honest with you. Like, honestly, it can be so hard sometimes. A lot of travel, away from a lot of people that you love and stuff like that for a long time. So you've got to try and keep morale as high as possible. So you've got to have as much fun as possible, because otherwise it can be really dark.
So what's been the best place you've toured in, and where would you want to bring JawstheShark to if you were on tour in another country and we didn't have this whole pandemic thing going on? Don't know if you've heard of it.
Japan, probably.
Japan.
It's very nice.
Who'd you go to Japan with?
Dinosaur Pile-Up.
Nice.
Festivals.
You were like, I'll sell a T-shirt to the Japanese, don't you worry.
Yeah, that's tour managing then.
Okay, even better.
So
if you that's his perks for you then.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, done a lot of America. America's cool for touring. So you can be out there for ages. It's so big. So
is it as rock and roll as everyone thinks it is? Like you're jumping in like a car with your friends. It's drinking every night. That's in my head. Like when I got into a band, I wanted that to be on the front cover of NME.
Yeah. Nah.
No,
nah.
It's not. It's a lot of just
nowhere near. To be honest, it's even harder because it's such a vast country. There's so much distance to cover to get to the next thing. You're surviving on like 3 hours kip a night, just because the travel is so extreme to get there, and so it's knackering. But some of the stuff that you can see along the way, like Grand Canyon and whatnot, if you've got the time to stop. And
did you have
Vegas?
time to stop?
Yeah, I have done, yeah.
So, nice.
Like a day off in Vegas or something like that. If you plan it right, it's always
Is it as
nasty.
simple as they say? Is it as crazy as they say?
Yes. Well, it can be.
What's been like like I'm big into my food, mate. I don't know if you can tell. But what's been like some of the best things you've eaten whilst on tour? It's JawstheShark. You can
Best
say people.
or like just weirdest? I don't know. Best. Oh, so in Buffalo in America,
This better be wings, man.
it is wings. This is where they originated. The actual place.
Wow. Where the first chicken was born.
Yeah. It's called Anchor Bar.
Nice.
Sorry, I got something.
It's all right. You're just thinking about
welling
those
up thinking
lovely
about it.
wings.
Yeah, Anchor Bar, Buffalo, where they actually made buffalo wings.
Oh, man.
It's great.
And that's yeah.
Yeah.
What was the sauce? Tell me about the sauce, man.
Oh,
Spill the sauce.
delicious.
Delicious. Oh. Hope these
So what's
descriptions
the
go
same?
into the songs, mate.
Yeah.
They're going to
Yeah.
fly off the shelves like those
I
cups.
know.
So, mate, what are we expecting tonight? Because we've only heard 4 tunes from JawstheShark, but we're getting a full set, I'm
Yeah.
correct?
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's going to be pretty loud. I mean the good thing, the thing with being a 2-piece is that it's pretty loud. It has to be loud, pretty raucous and raw, and that's kind of just the way that I like it, to be honest.
So what do you think is
We'll
your
see.
ideal venue for JawstheShark if you could pick anywhere right now to play? Apart from here, which is obviously number 1.
Oh yeah. Don't know, somewhere like not too big. Somewhere like, I mean, ideally somewhere like an Electric Ballroom in London would be good, or
Ooh,
something.
that's good.
Somewhere it's big enough but kind of can still maintain that intimacy.
And it's dark. You like a dark venue.
Dark and a bit dingy.
Dingy.
a
Yeah,
bit-
you want to
bit
feel sticky.
sticky.
I miss feeling
Yeah.
sticky.
Yeah.
Well, mate, let's see if you can make this as sweatfest, just like
is hot,
Courtin
yeah.
did. So, and you've got a jumper on, haven't you,
I
mate?
have. Yeah, well, I
And
didn't know it was going to be this hot. But
instant regret. Let's watch JawstheShark absolutely sweat it. Ollie, you get up there, you pop off, and I'll let you get ready.